Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. I want to show you how I make basically super peanut butter, and I'm going to just go over what you're going to need here for ingredients. Obviously, get yourself a jar of peanut butter. This is the peanuts as the ingredient only. Contains peanuts. So if you can, try to get a brand of peanut butter that has peanuts only and not all those hydrated oils and all that garbage they put in as filler. And as you can tell with the real peanut butter, you'll have oil floating to the top here of jars. And I'll deal with that in a second. Next, 2 tablespoons of turmeric, not precisely measured, so they could be a little more than 2 tablespoons. Again, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. You want ground flaxseed because it's easier for your body to digest it rather than the whole seeds. Chia seeds. This is about this isn't 2 tablespoons, it's about a tablespoon and a bit. But chia seeds, you don't have to worry about grinding chia seeds up because your body can digest these pretty easily. The fact is, if you ever take some and put them in water, they turn into like a gelatin. So when your body's digesting, obviously these are gonna take their time going through your body and slow things down, and your body will be able to absorb these no problem. And the last one's kind of an optional thing. I was just using, I had some psyllium fiber. I had just this amount left in my spice drawer, so I'm just going to throw that in. This is like just an add-on. And like I say, guys, experiment. Do what you can do with your own little creation, but this is how you make super peanut butter. So I got a knife here and a little bowl, and the purpose of the bowl is I always take the oil out of the peanut butter container, just because I like my peanut butter a lot thicker than more liquidy when it's coming out of the jar. So I'm just gonna pop the tab there a tiny tad, and then I'm gonna move this up close so you guys can see me pour out the oil. And there's quite a bit in there, and I like to take the oil out. And actually, I'm going to use the oil in another video coming up for another project. Now, I still got some oil in there, so just had to roll the jar a little bit. And you'll have to do this a few times. And don't worry if you get some peanut butter out into the jar. It's not a big deal. I have paper towels handy because that's going to be a mess, and I'm going to use that paper towel later on for what I do with the oil after the fact. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the tab a little bit further and really get the oil pouring out of there. Now, most of the time, guys, if you do like to keep the oil in the peanut butter, you can simply just take the whole lid off, stir it up with a knife really well, and it should reabsorb into the peanut butter. But like I say, I don't like mine a lot very liquidy. I think most people don't either, so now let's see. There's still Yeah, there's still a bit of oil in there, so I'm gonna see what I can get out. Sometimes if you roll the... that's fairly good, actually. So you can see how much oil I got out of there. So now I'm going to pull the top off of this guy. Alrighty. And like I say, guys, paper towels on hand because it can get messy. So you can see here that it's kind of still pretty liquidy there, but not as bad as it was. Not as bad as it was. But don't worry, we're going to be, that's going to change here shortly. So, anyway, we'll put this guy aside. There's no particular order that these ingredients have to go into the peanut butter. So, the nice thing is, I can just throw them in. So we'll throw the turmeric in. It's ground turmeric. We'll throw the ground flaxseed in. Chia seed. And psyllium. There we go. So, now the fun part, you get to stir it in and hopefully not make a total mess. Just be careful when you're getting things slowly. Oops. Try not to make a mess like I am. What you can do too is do one ingredient at a time, and then stir it in. Probably be a better idea. So just take your time, or do one ingredient at a time, and then I'll return once I get it all worked in and into the jar. So be back in a second. Alright guys, still working away at thoroughly mixing the ingredients into the peanut butter. Now you can see how thick it's getting, which is nice. You just want to make sure that you're working it all the way throughout the peanut butter. That way you get total coverage with all those ingredients mixed into there. And this is the consistency I like for peanut butter. It's kind of thicker. You can see that, how it's not as watery as it once was when it had a ton of oil in it. It all depends what you guys like. And I'm just trying to go really deep with the knife into the bottom of this jar. And that way, I can really work those ingredients down inside. As you can see here, you can kind of see down inside the jar there. Sorry about the camera there. Fix that up. And once this is done, guys, you can either refrigerate it or just put it back in your pantry. And when you guys are ready to have a sandwich, you will have some super peanut butter, supercharged peanut butter. And this is going to be some super healthy stuff with the proteins, the omegas, all that stuff. Oh, I did forget one ingredient, hemp seed. I should go grab some and put it in here. So let's go do that. So here's some hemp seed, guys. About 2 tablespoons again. And hopefully I can work this in without a total mess happening. We will see. I may have to get a fork or something just to keep the keep the peanut butter from coming out of the jar. We'll see. I may get real good with this and it'll work its way in. Now I'm okay, it'll work. So the whole point is, anyway guys, you stir all these ingredients into your peanut butter and then put the peanut butter back in the pantry or the refrigerator, wherever you guys keep your peanut butter. And that way, when you guys want to grab a quick sandwich, peanut butter and jam, or just some peanut butter and toast, you're good to go. And all the healthy ingredients are now in your peanut butter, so you don't have to break out all these spices from your spice rack and put each individually one in just to make one sandwich. Everything's in here. It's ready to go. You just spread and you're good to go. And this is what I call super peanut butter, and I think it's going to be super healthy myself. I've been eating this for a while now, and it is some good stuff. Now what you can do, if you find it too thick, you can also add in a little bit more, add back that peanut oil I should say. And yeah, if you don't like it as thick as I do here, totally up to the person though. Some people like it thick, some people whatever. And also for the peanut butter type, guys, it doesn't matter if you get crunchy or smooth, obviously. And with these ingredients, you may say, oh God, it's gonna make my peanut butter crunchy. Well, actually no, it doesn't. They're not really, it doesn't change the consistency when you're eating it in your mouth whatsoever. And the taste is it does very little to the taste of the peanut butter itself. So you can kind of fool your kids that way too. Just say it's, you know, it's peanut butter. Regular peanut butter for the kids. But you know for a fact that they're getting all the healthy stuff. That's for sure. And you're going to get all your amino acids from the hemp seeds, the omegas, all the omegas from the flax, the ground flax. The chia seeds are going to help with digesting it. And the ground flax is giving you a ton of fiber. And then obviously the peanut butter is going to give you the protein and the benefits that peanut butter gives you, as well as the turmeric, which is an anti-inflammatory for the body, and really healthy for you guys. So this is like the super duper sandwich. All you got to do now is decide what kind of jam you're gonna have with this peanut butter. What's your favorite jams? Maybe you guys can put them down in the description below. I'm a big fan of elderberry jam, and elderberry is really good for if you're sick. It's got some really good benefits that way, elderberries. So that's pretty good. I pretty much got it mixed in pretty well. Obviously you can tell by seeing the little particles down deep into the bottom of the jar. And with the turmeric that was kind of bright orange, you notice it didn't change the color of the peanut butter too much, but you can see a tiny tinge in there. So there you go, guys. Enjoy. Hopefully you like it, and I know I do. And this is what I do to basically supercharge my peanut butter. You can do it to any brand peanut butter. Preferably you want a brand that is just with you want to read the ingredient label that just says peanuts, because they have all these other name brand peanut butters that have all these other hydrogenated oils and garbage in your food, and you kind of want to stay away from that. So yeah, give this a try, guys. Let me know in the comments how you like it, and there you go. Supercharged peanut butter.